It's that time. We're in 2023. Everybody had predictions last year as far as what the real estate market was going to look like once we got into 2023. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about it. We're going to separate myth, fact, fiction, all of that, and we're going to tell you what's really going on in the real estate market. And there may be some surprises, just like we give you every single month. So stay tuned. We're going to be going over our monthly market update for the month of February with the data covering what we experienced in January. Let's get into it. So guys, I hope you've been following me, because if you've been following me across different social media platforms, you've seen where we give you up-to-date information, right? So at one point in December, we had, high interest rates. We had record low, mortgage applications. Then in January, the first 2 weeks of January, I told you guys that we saw the activity picking up in the market from our listings, our clicks online, our phone ringing, right? And then the reports came out that the first 2 weeks of January that mortgage applications shot up. Well, guess what? What we've experienced this month in February is we've seen the response to that. We've seen the fruit of that in terms of buyers putting property under contract, in terms of more of our listings going under contract. We've seen the market start to heat up much more in the month of February than we probably did in the last 2, even 3 months, okay? But what's important though is the statistics, what's currently going on, and then what do we feel is about to happen? Where do we see the trends going? Where do we see certain things heating up? So let's get into it. So guys, in the month of January for 2023, we had 1,743 homes sell in that month. Guys, that's a big deal. Do you know how much less that is from December 2022? If you don't remember, don't worry about it. We got you. In December, we had 2,473 homes. You mean to tell me it dropped from 2,473 down to 1,743? Yes, that's probably one of the biggest decreases we've seen in the last 8 to 10 months. And so that lets us know that yes, we are seeing the real estate market slow down as a whole. And we were communicating this to you guys in January, but you have to remember, what sold in January probably went under contract in the months of November and December. And after October, that's when we saw prices coming down. That's when we saw homes coming down. We saw months of inventory start to increase. So it makes perfect sense. Let's keep it moving. The average price of homes in January was $369,668. That's $369,668, okay? In December, the previous month, it was $379,869. $379,869. So guys, literally the average price of homes went down in the Central Texas at San Antonio market $10,000, right? So anybody tell you that prices aren't coming down now? No, they're coming down. Anyone that told you prices were coming down before October last year, in this area, they were wrong, right? But now, after October, we've seen it happen every single month. And this is what we're communicating with our sellers. Look, when we tell you this, how much your home is worth right now, that's how much your home is worth right now. But what we also have to talk about is, when are you ready to put your home on the market? Because the most your home is going to be worth this year is right now. The longer you wait, there's nothing wrong with waiting, but just understand, the further in the year you put your home on the market, we gotta reevaluate, because your home is probably gonna be worth less. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just where we're at, okay? So when we get into median price of homes in the month of January, check this out, guys. In the month of January, we had a median price of homes for $308,249. And if you remember, we have not been below 330 something, 320 something in a while. 308,249 is the median price of homes in the month of January. Check out what it was in December. It was 324,000. 324,000 down to 308,249. This is why we've been telling sellers for the last 12 months, if you want to sell your home, if you're not ready to sell your home, don't sell your home. But if you are ready to sell your home, or if you know you're going to want to sell your home within the next year or two, and you're trying to maximize how much net proceeds you're gonna get. You're trying to maximize the equity in your home and getting that to you before it goes away, disappears, reduces. Yesterday was a time to put your house on the market and sell and reach out to us, right? So now, moving forward, as long as you're not greedy, as long as you have the proper perspective as a seller and a homeowner, and as long as you're focused on your overall goal, whether you're trying to move or upgrade or downgrade or whatever the case may be, stay focused on that, and let's create a strategy and a game plan that still allows you to accomplish that even with the market doing what it does, okay? So that is one of our biggest, median price drops that we've seen. And again, it's because we saw so much of a slowdown in the months of November and in the months of December, and it reflects in the month of January. Let's keep it moving. Days on market. I'm gonna give you December's first. In December, our days on market was 59 days. And I talked to you guys and I said, we're probably gonna go into the 60s. I said, anybody thinking their house is gonna go, under contract within the first weekend, and like betting on that. Not saying it can't happen in certain situations, certain price points, certain areas of demand, but I'm just saying from it better be like this, my house better sell like Jimmy's house sold 6 months ago. Nah, Jimmy put his house on the market, at the right time, right place, and was able to take advantage of it from that perspective, right? But from a days on market, I mentioned to you guys that the days of selling your home in 2 days, 3 days, 24 hours, 18 hours, 10 hours, now we're looking at 60 plus, because in December it was 59 days. In January, it was 66 days was the average days on market. And I know some of you don't like it. I know some of you guys are surprised, but it is what it is. You can't control that. What you can control is what you can control. So focus on what you can control, have the proper perspective so you can build out the right strategy, game plan, execute, and still reach your goals. Your goals are number one, not what's going on in the market. Your goals are number one. So adjust, adapt. Let's keep it moving if you're a homeowner or a seller, okay? Price per square foot. In December 2022, it was $177 a square foot. In the month of January 2023, it was $176. So we saw homes price per square foot drop by $1. In terms of month of inventory, not much of a change there. This is actually a little surprising. So we saw months of inventory in December 2022 was 3.2. We see in January, it was 3.25. Why do I think it didn't change that much? I think because many homeowners weren't, if they were going to put their house on the market, they probably would have put it in the market in November and December. I think with January getting back in the swing of things with school, work, things of that nature, people were either probably, looking to put their home back on the market closer to spring or in the months of February, and we'll give you that data when it comes out in a couple of weeks, okay? And then the average rental, residential rental, in the month of December 2022, it was $1,810. If you remember a few months ago, it actually dropped a little bit and then went back up to $1,810 a month. In the month of January, it dropped back down. It's $1,786. $1,786. And I'll be honest with you, I think that has more to do with the timing of the year, and I think it has more to do with the mindset of certain people. What I mean by that is we're finding more and more, this is where we saw the applications go up in January, we're finding more and more that renters, regardless of the market, are like, can I buy? Now, they may not be able to buy, they might not be in the best situation to buy, but they're just like, I don't want to keep renting because my rent went up so much from 12 months ago. And so am I in a position to buy now? And so they're looking forward to that. So they're less, they're a little bit more hesitant to just jumping back to the next rental. I think that's number one. I think the second thing is we're seeing rentals also kind of having extended days on market when they come on the market as well, because from a landlord perspective, they're still thinking they can get that big jump. They're still thinking they can get that $200 jump, $150 jump, and things are stabilizing. And so what's happening is even landlords are putting their homes on the market, trying to get that next level up in terms of what they think they can charge for their home, and a lot of them are finding out that they can't get that, or renters aren't wanting to pay for that. They're like, if I'm gonna pay for that, I might as well just go buy a house, regardless of what interest rates are, right? And so then they're having to drop those rents down to secure the renters, and yeah, so that's what we're seeing. So I think that's that. Okay, so let's look at the new things, like the trends that are happening right in the month of January. In the month of January, we had 3,357 new listings come on the market. 3,357. Check this out. In December, we only had 2,317. So we literally had 1,000 more properties come on the market in the month of January. I was talking to one of my realtors the other day, and he just got a property under contract, and I was like, how'd you negotiate? What was it? He was like, man, there is no offer. We got this, we got that. It was lovely. And he goes, man, he said this, it's a great time to be a buyer right now. And he's right. Forget about what happened the last year and a half. It's over. But in the grand scheme of things, from a 10-year standpoint, a 20-year standpoint, it is a great time to be a buyer, just from a relief standpoint, just from a moving more to a balanced market, being able to take your time looking for the right home and having more choices, and being able to try to negotiate a deal and get some closing costs paid for, ask seller to pay for title policy, pay for the survey. It's just a lot less stress if you're a pre-approved buyer buying a home in today's market than it was the last 2 years. That's just facts. Next, active listings. In the month of January, we had 9,678 active listings on the market. The previous month in December, we had 9,681. Not much of a difference there. In the month of January, we had 2,379 pending listings. Check this out. In the month of December, we only had 1,697. So we had around 700, 800 more properties under contract in the month of January than we did in December. We're going to see that. I'm telling you, we're going to see that in the February results, because I told you more in the month of January. As we came into New Year, buyers were like, okay, yeah, we know interest rates went up, but we still got to buy a house. We're still renting and we're paying 100% interest, so we need to go buy a house, at least so we can build some equity over time, right? So the sticker, the shocker, or the sticker shocker of interest going up all last year is not affecting buyers as much, because at the end of the day, buyers that need and have a strong desire to move and improve their living situation still want to do that. All right. What was also interesting was the number of the percentage of homes that sold below 200,000 increased about 3%. It went from 10.9 in December to 13.9 in January. What is that? Like, why are you bringing that up, Adam? Because as prices decrease, right? As prices decrease, now we start seeing more homes in the $400,000 range. Now we start seeing more homes in the $300,000 range. And now we start seeing more homes in the $200,000 and even below $200,000. So for those of your family and your friends who have been priced out of the market for the last 2 years, let them know, tell them to reach out to us. We'll help them either get ready now, or we'll help them get ready for 6 months out, 12 months out, for them to be able to purchase, because now we're going to start seeing homes come back into their price range and their budgets for some of them. So that's it as far as the statistics, guys. Now, I want to let you guys know about a few more things. I got 4 more points I want to leave you with, okay? Number 1, news just came out that mortgage applications, the second half of February has dropped. That we haven't seen this big of a drop from mortgage applications from a few weeks ago to just last week in over 28 years. And so what's going on? Analysts will tell you it's because mortgage rates went up and then therefore people applied less. And I'm like, I don't buy that, because I know firsthand, owning a brokerage, that buyers don't go, what are interest rates, and then they apply. I'm not talking about the buyers that think it's a good idea to buy and it would be a nice, thing to try. No, I'm talking about the buyers that have needs. They're not looking at interest rates first. What they're doing first, they're saying, we have a need. Let's go see how much we can qualify for. Let's see what that monthly payment is. That's what buyers actually focus on. So I don't think it's that fact that interest rates went up a little bit a few weeks ago and then the buyer market responded by not applying for mortgages. No, I think what it is that the buyers that already knew they were wanting to do something applied in January, right? And then in February it was about looking and putting and making offers and putting things under contract. I think it's ebbs and flows. I think there's going to be another wave of buyers that come on the market and say, okay, our lease is up in March, April, May, June, and then they're gonna start doing the mortgage applications rate to find out what they are. Your average buyer is not looking on CNBC or whatever news station and every day and looking at mortgage rates. I'm just talking about your average buyer. I'm just keeping it real. And so just like I mentioned a few months ago, we're going to see ebbs and flows throughout this entire year. And I believe that, and this goes to my next point, because I already said like 3 points already, so we'll keep it moving. But this is what I meant a couple months ago when I said, make sure that you're working with trusted advisors who understand the market so that they can help make sure you understand all your options, number one. And then number two, they have their finger on the pulse of the market so they can tell you where the opportunities are in the market when the opportunities present themselves. This market's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be shifts. There's going to be periods of highs and periods of lows. There's going to be opportunities for investors and then opportunities for buyers and then opportunities for sellers. And so make sure that you're working with the right team. You're asking the right questions. And even if you don't know the right questions to ask, that's why it's even more important to work with trusted advisors who are going to help you strategize and help you game plan to reach the goals and the visions that you guys have. That's it from us today, guys. Stay in touch, stay connected. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Reach out to us on all social media platforms. Stay connected. We love you. We appreciate you. And I hope this brought you tons of value. Thanks, guys.